Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today I'm going to show you how to get this effect with using a butterfly die and the Blendabilities. But I'm going to flip this over first of all and show you two other effects that I've got. Now the best way to show you this is to put a little light behind it. This is going to stand and actually have a light behind, but because I'm holding this in front of the camera that's not going to quite work. So we'll kind of work with it. So I don't know how well you can see. So this effect is what you get when you use window sheet behind the butterfly. Can you see that? It's quite sparkly. This is actually my favourite effect. I don't know how it's going to show on the camera, but in real life it's a really nice, gentle effect. And this has got vellum cardstock behind the butterfly. Pretty. And then this one here, we don't need a light at all, so I shall just switch my little rapidly fading mini light off. From IKEA, in case you're wondering. If it doesn't come from Stampin Up with me, it comes from IKEA. So this is the butterfly that we're going to do today. But instead of this little votive, which is only a little, nothing fancy about it, this is just a little triangular votive, we're going to do it on a card. So first things first, let's cut our butterfly. We're going to do the medium butterfly from the Butterfly Thinlits. I shall bring in my big shot. You've seen me cutting these butterflies with some baking parchment in between, but I have to say normally I don't use baking parchment. I'm finding they're coming out just fine. So if I take my butterfly out, gosh, that was really close on those edge pieces, did you see that? Then the best way to remove it, if you take a pokey tool or a little pricking tool and just press into some of those corner ones, you can actually get hold of it and gently pull, and you'll leave behind some of the pieces in there which will have to be poked out before you cut with it again. And then the pieces that are left in, I'm just going to pop all of those out. That won't take me a moment to do, and it's certainly worth the effort to pop them out, and as you can see they're coming out quite nice and easily. Right, well I've popped all the bits out of my butterfly. I'm going to now use a stamp set. I'm going to use this image here from Kinda Eclectic, and what I want to do is to lay this on and make sure I've got enough room to have my butterfly on there without having any kind of interference from those leaves. Okay, so those bits are stamped on there. And I'm going to glue this butterfly on, and I'm going to glue it with just a tiny bit of Tombow. Now I really do not want the Tombow to ooze out of the sides at all, because that is going to interfere with my Blendabilities, which is what's going to give this the nice colours. So I'm just putting a little bit out there. That will be absolutely plenty. And then hopefully we'll be able to just pop that on there with no gluey oozing. Okay. Might have glued underneath, but we can get away with that. Okay. So I'm now going to do a little bit of colouring with the Blendabilities. And the colours I'm using are some of the new Blendabilities colours. You may have seen me use these before because I really love them. They're Pink Pirouette and Wild Wasabi. And I'm going to start off with the Pirouette. I'm going to start with the darkest colour and then just colour in the middle. And this is so easy and so quick because you've got the black all the way around the edge, and it actually stops your marker from going over the edges, which is perfect. lightest colour. There we go. Next I'm going to use that wasabi and do just the same thing again. So just that darkest colour right on the inside. A little bit in there as well. And the medium. And you could take a little bit more time than I am to actually blend these colours in. I'm doing it a little bit quick for the video, but you get the idea. It just looks really super pretty. Now I'm not going to do the very outer ones, I'm actually going to leave those white because I like the effect of the white on the outer, the piece, the cardstock actually, the white Whisper White cardstock that's underneath actually showing through. And I'm going to use a little kindness goes a long way is the greeting that's in this stamp set. I'm going to pop that on there. Me clonking around with my blocks there. I'm going to pop that on in Memento because it'll be partly over the leaves, so I want that to show through nicely. There we go. And you can see how that just absolutely pops off the page with that black outline made with the cardstock. Just love it. Now a little hint for you, if you are wanting to do this as I showed you at the beginning and actually see through the butterfly, what you're going to need to do is do the black piece, and then using the piece, and in my case I said I was near the edges, I was really near the edges, but if you use a slightly bigger piece of cardstock than I did, you actually get yourself a template. Get your piece of vellum or window sheet and draw a line around using this as a template, and then cut that out and stick that onto the back of your black piece before you start, and then you can have it so that it flies with those colours coming through. But obviously if you're going straight onto Whisper White like I did today, you don't need to do that step. So I have a pink pirouette card for this to go on. Let me move the camera back up again. And that is my finished project. So I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Elizabeth's Craft Room today. Hope you've learned something new about using Blendabilities with the Butterfly Framelits. Remember, we've got that big giant one. That looks absolutely gorgeous done with this as well. Thanks for visiting today, and I look forward to welcoming you back soon.